Present, please. We continue the discussion today on the issue of our national debt. This time, we are looking at it from the standpoint of the debt to GDP ratio. Previously, I had explained that the GDP, the gross domestic product, refers to the sum total of goods and services in monetary terms produced by a country each year. In our case, it was about $3 billion at the end of 2025. So our debt was about 3.2 billion, or GDP was $3 billion. Now, just for context, when the ULP took over in 2001, the GDP as at 2000 was $800 million. So, over the last 24 years, the ULP has gradually increased the country's GDP, meaning the amount of goods and services produced every single year, by more than three times. It's now $3 billion. So, as the NDP talks about reducing the debt and addressing the debt to GDP ratio, they're showing a lack of creativity, making you feel that the only way to address the situation is by reducing debt, because that may mean reducing very critical borrowings that is needed for very important infrastructural projects in St. Vincent and Grenadines. Borrowing is not the issue. What the NDP should try and do is create an economy that would increase the gross domestic product. Yes, that's it. Stimulate the economy, create growth, so that at the end of 2026, we can look at a GDP of 3.5 billion or 3.7 billion or even 4 billion, which would mean our debt to GDP would reduce because we are increasing the GDP. We are increasing production. We are stimulating the economy. But already, the NDP has shown that it is out of ideas and not sure what to do. So it ran to the IMF. And based on this slowdown that I'm seeing, with the NDP postponing or ending the reality of other projects that the ULP had planned going forward, that would stimulate the economy and would increase production. With that, I'm expecting that if there's any growth at all, there'll be very little growth. Don't be surprised if at the end of 2026, we see a reduction in the gross domestic product, meaning that St. Vincent and Grenadines actually produce less this year than we did last year. Because as you look around, the streets are dead, the shops are empty, very little construction. What about the hotels and so forth that were planned to come on that would increase GDP potentially? None of those things you're hearing about. And that's the fault of a government with no clue, that's so focused on debt that it has forgotten or missed the fact that it can also increase the GDP, increase production, increase spending. Until next time, class dismissed.